Yeah, next level boxing talk. What's up? What's going on? Yo, check this out. I'd like to make this video, hopefully briefly, on Edgar Berlanga and the major disappointment this guy has turned out to be. First of all, let's do the pros. The pros are that he is one of the evidences of, you know, what the miracle that Top Rank had been able to do during the pandemic, because Edgar Berlanga is a child of the bubble. He's a child of the pandemic. He is one of the fighters that they were able to build throughout the pandemic. A lot of people give credit to Top Rank for the 16 knockouts in a row, but the fact of the matter is that maybe, I don't know, something like it was 8 of those knockouts came while he was with Top Rank. I believe he had 8 knockouts in a row already. I'm not sure, but it was definitely not 16 with Top Rank. He already had been a pro doing his thing before them. They didn't get him from day one, per se. That's neither here nor there. They certainly gave him the notoriety, the meteoric rise through his exposure, beginning with the bubble, right? So if you go back, there wasn't much to have in the way of sports, and Edgar Berlanga was able to capture a moment in time where, the focus of the boxing world could be on him, being that we were in the middle of a pandemic. And so he rode that wave. Now, in search of giving him more rounds, people started saying, well, he got exposed with that first fighter that took him 8 rounds or so. But the guy he fought was he was a savvy veteran. He was a guy that did what he was supposed to do, which was give him rounds. But he should have been able to stop him, and therefore came the criticism. But I believe that the criticism, well, wasn't so much that he wasn't able to stop him, but at least for me, it was more that I didn't like the way he reacted to getting punched. Edgar Berlanga is a classic bully. He's shown that. And what happens to bullies when they get punched in the mouth is that their veneer of imperviousness and toughness all of a sudden goes out the window. That's why they say you got to punch bullies in the mouth. And that's why bullies aren't respected. And I believe that that's unfortunately what Edgar Berlanga is. He's a front runner. He's a guy that does well when he's out in front, when things are going his way, but I believe that he's not built to go through adversity, to overcome adversity. He's not built to overcome adversity. I say that because of the way he reacts to getting punched. Let's take a Manny Pacquiao, for instance. And I know that Manny Pacquiao is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, so that's kind of like a real far end of the spectrum. But Manny Pacquiao, like many others who are of that ilk, they react differently when getting punched. Like, you hurt them and they want to come and take your head off. It's like even fighters, great fighters that are not power punchers per se, that are not knockout artists per se. Let's say an Andre Ward. You knock him down and he becomes more focused on winning the fight and overcoming the knockdown overcoming the adversity. He showed that when he fought Kovalev. He got knocked down. He came back up. He focused. He outboxed him. I thought he lost the first fight, but nevertheless, he came right back in the fight and won at least five rounds after being knocked down. I thought he lost that fight 7-5, but they gave it to him, and he did enough in judges' eyes to overcome that knockdown. So what I'm saying is that even if you're not a knockout artist, or you're not a killer, or you're not a brawler per se, if you have it in your character to overcome adversity, then you will do that when you face adversity. And that's not Edgar Berlanga. He when he gets hit, he becomes a deer in headlights. You know, he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't salivate the pain. He doesn't embrace it. He doesn't say, yeah, I actually found somebody worthy of me kicking their ass. It's not that attitude. Manny Pacquiao, you hit him, and what he does, he claps his gloves and 2 times, and boom, we're gonna go forward. Like, that's Manny Pacquiao. Juan Marquez sat through, what was it? How many rounds of fire with Pacquiao until he was able to do what he did. That's in his character. And he could give you a whole litany of fighters. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the classic that he put up against Thomas Hearn. He was about to lose, was sliced open from the top of the forehead to his eyebrow, bleeding, and he said, "No, what do you mean I'm gonna lose this fight? I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out." That's what he did. 3 rounds of hell. The greatest fight in. Some people call it the greatest 3 rounds in boxing. He was able to overcome adversity, better behave against Marcus Brown. Gets his slide, it's in your character to do that kind of thing. Edgar Berlanga does not have that. Edgar Berlanga has a flaw in his character. He's incredibly skilled. I mean, not skilled, but gifted. But does he have the heart and focus and determination to actually bring about the most out of his God-given talent? I don't know. I think he's a bully. I think he's a guy that that's missing something. Even he's fake. He's even in his trying to be humble, his humility sounds fake and contrived. Like when he said in the ring, what was it, last night, that he's thanking his Puerto Rican people, and he actually said, "Without you, I wouldn't be able to live my lifestyle." Without you, I wouldn't be able to live my lifestyle. That's the way you thank your audience? My lifestyle? Without you, come on. Xander Zayas, on the other hand, he never mentions his lifestyle. He never mentions anything but boxing and his love for his people. And the humility that kid shows is real. It's who he is. Xander Zayas comes off as somebody that loves to box. Edgar Berlanga comes off as somebody who loves the lifestyle he's living, but if he could sell a few kilos to get there and not have to box, he would do that too. It's different. It's a different mindset. And, Alexis Angulo, 38-year-old fighter with heavy hands, showed the world that Edgar Berlanga is not willing to walk through fire to prove a point. He's not. That much is obvious. And not that he should have to, but you shouldn't resort to biting somebody either, because you're so frustrated, because you lose your mind. It's a mental weakness. And Edgar Berlanga is full of it, full of quit. It's a disappointment. It's a disappointment. I've defended the guy. When people say he was exposed because he went 8 rounds with the first guy that took him 8 rounds. But where I really saw, and even in that fight, what I saw was that the guy who did that to him, that first, I wish I knew his name, when he would land on him, that was it. Edgar Berlanga did not want to get hit again. When the Argentinian guy hit him, he didn't want to get hit with that anymore. He couldn't go all out to get to the finish line and get the dramatic stoppage. Edgar Berlanga gets a stoppage when he's out ahead, when the fight's going his way and he's doing whatever he wants in the ring. That's when he'll get the stoppage. But he's not the type of guy that's going to get a dramatic stoppage through trying moments. I don't believe he's going to get up off the canvas and knock somebody out that put him down there. I could be wrong. But that's Edgar Berlanga in a nutshell, man. And yesterday what we saw was Edgar Malinagi. He was Edgar Malinagi. Because he wanted to prove that he can box. Well, guess what, kid? Nobody wants to see you box. Right? And if you can put on a boxing clinic and knock the dude out, then that's what people want to see. Right? If you can dominate a fight, hit and not get hit and knock the dude out, then that's fine and dandy. But for you to backpedal and avoid contact and end up biting somebody and acting stupid in the ring, that's not going to get you any style points. That's not going to get you millions of followers, of faithful followers. You're definitely not going to follow along Miguel Cotto's footsteps doing that. You understand? So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, Edgar Berlanga is Edgar Malinagi until further notice. I'm out.